Domitan Stormcoven, war mages of the mysterious Valedicta Temple, are surrounded by a strange aura of etheric lightning energy. Though the nature of this power evades even their study, the trio nevertheless excel in harnessing it through waves of crackling magic. The Headsman's curse has come. Nothing shall stay the bite of the Dreadblade Terminus, for it was fashioned long ago by Nagash himself, and has a vile sentience of its own. Damned souls surround it, bound to serve as judge, jury, and executioner. Their former identities are subsumed into the greatsword's necromantic magic. Always there is one to wield the blade, one to sharpen its edge, one to bear the headsman's blocks, and a scriptor to sentence the condemned. No matter the crime against the supreme necromancer, the sentence is always the same. Today's game of Warhammer Underworlds will be using the rival format and will pit the Headsman's Curse against Domitan's Stormcoven. I myself will be playing with the Stormcoven and Mia will be playing with the Headsman's Curse. And so here we have the roster of cards for Domitan Stormcoven. As mentioned, we are going to be playing in Rivals format, so this is the cards found in the Rivals deck for Domitan's Stormcoven specifically. And then we have the Headsman's Curse. Now, they have an interesting plot to use with their Headsman's Curse force. This allows them to place condemned counters and also retrieve condemned counters from enemy fighters in various different ways, as you can see here. There can never be more than one condemned counter on a target. If they would ever receive an extra one, the extra one is just lost. When you kill models that have condemned counters, you will gain a condemned counter, and you will also gain condemned counters when you are killing an enemy fighter, and one of your attack actions is either supported or targets a large fighter, and you would gain 2 there if you were supporting against a large fighter. Other than that, we have the base deck here for the Headsman's Curse, all the objective and power cards listed there. Alright, and so here we have the warbands all deployed. On this side, we've got Domitan's Stormcoven, and then we have the Headsman's Curse on the other side of the table, deployed like so. Today's video is brought to you by Baron of Dice, a premium wargaming dice that make your table come alive. Now, if you're looking for some great dice to suit an army you play on the tabletop in a variety of different games, go to Baron of Dice and check out their website. You can also use our discount code down in the video's description, which will help support the channel, but also nab you a cheap little discount. The dice you see pictured here are the official dice for Parabellum's Last Argument of King's Conquest by them as well, which you can find on the Parabellum eStore as well. And so we are going to go priority for turn 1. This is for Domitan Stormcoven. I got a single crit for the Headsman's Curse, 4 dice. And you got a double crit, so you're going to get the first activation. Alright, so first activation, you're just going to do a move with the Wetter of the Blade. So he's just going to move up next to the wielder, and that'll be your first activation for the Headsman's Curse. My first activation is going to be Sarpon, who's going to move 1, 2, and 3 to there. Second activation for the Headsman's Curse is just going to be the Sharpener of the Blade using his special ability, which is Wet the Blade. So this is a special action and puts +1 damage onto the Headsman. Next activation will be a move with Domitan, so 1, 2, and 3. Putting him there. Alright, so third activation for the Headsman's Curse, you're going to do a charge super action with the Scriptor, who's going to move to there, but then you've got a range of 3 with your Furious Indictment, so you are going to target Sarpon. Alright, so now you're going to do your attack action with the Reader. That's a double hammer, that's success, so the only way I stop this going through is with a crit now. I stop 1, but don't stop, so I'm going to take the 1 point of damage. So Sarpon takes a point of damage from the Scriptor, and so I'm onto my third activation now with the Domitan Stormcoven. So we are going to go with an attack from Domitan himself. And so I'm going to go with Domitan, the Eye of the Storm. We're doing the Azurite Bolt, targeting the Wetter of the Blade. So we got 1 success there. Alright, so defense dice, you need to at least get a success here, and you got the crit, so you succeed. So take nothing on him. Alright, so next up, you've got your activation. You're going with the Wielder of the Blade, making a charge super action, moving to there. And so after that, you're playing this reaction called Hold Them Still. You now play this after a friendly fighter's move action. If they're adjacent to one or more enemy fighters, which the Wielder of the Blade is, you choose another friendly fighter, which is going to be your Sharpener of the Blade. They can make a move so long as they end within range of an enemy fighter. So go ahead and move. So having to move the Headsman at the back there instead, because obviously already got the move counter on the Wielder of the Blade, so just move the rogue one. So there we go. That will end like that, allowing you to use Hold Them Still. So Wielder of the Blade is going to attack with your 2 dice. You got a crit in there, so with Sarpon, I have 1 shield dice. I don't get anything, so I'm going to take the damage. And so that will take Sarpon out of action. And then you'll also, on top of getting the condemned counter that Sarpon had on him and the point for killing him, you also get another one of your glory points for completing Bound in Servitude. Completing the bottom version of it, where a friendly fighter's attack action takes an enemy fighter out of action, and 1 or more friendly chain rusts supported that action, which it did. And so after that, you're going to play the upgrade Ethereal Immunity, and this is going to go on the Wielder of the Blade. This means that rolls of a double support are successes in your defense rolls. And then I'm going to play Positive Charge, where I get +1 to the first range 1 or 2 attack action made by a friendly fighter on my next activation step. In addition, +1 move to the next charge super action as well by an inspired friendly fighter in the next activation step. And so last activation of turn 1, I'm going to go with a charge super action on Stratoisi Inspired. So she's going to get +1 move, and she also gets +1 move to friendly fighters and friendly fighters that have the flying trait. So that takes her move to 6 thanks to the 2 bonuses she's got. So she moves all the way back to there. So we will now make an attack against the fighter here. So I'm attacking, so let's see what we get. That will be a success of some variety. It'll be 2 successes. You got your single defense dice. The crit will mean it's a block, because I didn't get any crits myself. Right, so we've both replenished our hands, and neither of us have got any more upgrades to play at this point in time. So it's priority for turn 2. This is for Domitan Stormcoven. We got a support, that's it. For you, you got a double support, so the support will beat that, so I'll get the activation this time. So we're going to go with Stratoisi to begin with. She's going to cast her spell, Azurite Bolt, at the scripter there. And so 2 dice to see what we do. We got, that's not even one of that, that's the wrong dice. There we go. We got nothing on that, unfortunately. So fail. So your first activation, you don't like the fact Stratoisi is down there, so you're going to put her on a list. You could say she just made the list. So go for it, see what your attack gets. That will do nothing, but it will put the condemned counter on me regardless. So end of your turn, you're going to play the upgrade Guided Blows, and this is going to go once again on the Bearer of the Blade. So after you do that, I'm going to play the Gambit spell, which is going to be Azurite Halo. So I'm going to try and cast this on Leona. So we are going to need 2 dice for this before she de-inspires. She fails to get it off, unfortunately. So we will then go and cast next Celestial Blades, which will be on Domitan. So he's going to try and cast that, which he will succeed. Domitan is then going to use an attack, so we're going to go for my Azurite Bolt spell, where if cut, I can also now reroll one of the dice in my attack roll, thanks to Celestial Blades. So going, and that will be a double success there. Don't need to re-roll anything. You know what, I will. I'm trying to get the crit, and I get it. So you get your 2 defense dice now for the Sharpener of the Blade. Cool. I will succeed and deal the point of damage with Grievous, so deal 2 points of damage to the scripter of the blade. So I'll get a glory point for taking out the fighter there, which will be the wielder of the blade, and then I'll also score scoring arcs immediately after taking a fight action dealt by a spell. So your second activation is going to be moving the wielder of the block, just doing a move down to there. And so after you do that, I'm actually going to play an upgrade called the Liber Fulminus, where I can add +1 range to my 2+ spell attack actions, and this is going to go on to Stratoisi. And then I'm also going to play Master of Ancient Lore on Domitan as well as another upgrade. So Stratoisi is going to try and attack the bearer of the block. We will get nothing again, unfortunately. So that is going to be that. So Wielder of the Blade is going to make a charge super action into Stratoisi, moving like so. So Wielder of the Blade attacking, you need your hammers. You can reroll one of these. Now they both actually will succeed. So do you want to try and reroll one for the crit instead? So you're going to reroll one of the dice to see if you can get the crit here. And you do, so well paid off reroll there. And so Stratoisi's defense, we got 2 blocks, but it's not a crit. So lucky you did roll the crit, because I would have succeeded otherwise. So that'll be the damage. Stratoisi's going to try and go into the scripter there. So we're going to make an attack. So we get 2 dice, 2 of our magical dice. And we get the crit and a success. So you get your defense on him, which is 1. Unfortunately, no, so that will be 2 points of damage. Alrighty, so you're then going to go with the scripter, who's going to charge and attack Stratoisi. To hammer succeed on him, cool. Stratoisi will be a... We won't be that defense. So I got a single defense dice. I will need a crit really to pass here, and I don't get it. So she will go down as well. Alright, so forgot to score this before because I did do 4 successive spell actions, so I will score 2. But you will also score a couple of objectives now because of that. You will now score the Basket of Bones. Score this at the end phase if 2 or more enemy fighters are out of action, so you get a victory point for that. And that will be that for now. Alright, so priority for turn 3, I got nothing at all. So you just need to support something. Yep, you definitely have the turn. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so, first activation of round 3, you're doing a charge with a scripter who's going to roll 2 attack dice to target Domitan there. So you got a crit, so you're actually going to make me do defense. And you got 1 with Domitan, so I got the crit. Does crossword succeed for the scripter? Or is he hammer? He's hammer, isn't he?
Hammer.
No, so that'll stop the attack, but I will get the condemned counter. So Domitan's going to have to do stuff. So we are... Alright, so I'm just going to make a move with Domitan going 1, 2, 3, like so. And so your next activation, Bearer of the Block moving 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to make a charge. He's going to there, sorry. Now he's going to make an attack with his charge. So the Bearer of the Block's going to attack Domitan. You got the crit, so I need a defense dice. And I do not stop it, so I will take the damage. Domitan will then make another move. Then you've got the Wielder of the Blade, who can potentially make a move. So the Bearer of the Blade is going to make a move. I think she figured out my plan here. So I've got my 3rd activation now. I'm then going to go and move with Domitan. So we are just going to go 1, 2, 3. So I will then score Tempest Fury. Score this immediately after the third or subsequent move action made by a friendly fighter in the same phase, which Domitan has now done. She so nearly had me, but I had one other objective there that I could get. So you can't do anything because I'm out of range of all your shooting as well. So I guess you have to pass because you can't do anything. I can just, I guess, make a charge. No, I can't make a charge because I made a move. Yeah, I don't need to do anything. I'm going to win by a single point just by staying where I am. So that'll be the end of the game. It'll be 5-4 victory to Domitan Stormcoven, but at what cost? And so that is the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me, we have a Discord server for the channel, and that is linked down in the video's description. Also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel. This is either via Patreon or YouTube members using one of our affiliate links and codes down there, like Baron of Dice, Gap Games, or Mithras Games, or by supporting us directly on Patreon or YouTube members. If you'd like to do any of those, we have links for that all in the description. And as a special thank you to our Patrons and YouTube members, we'd like to give them all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Soren, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Q Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. And our YouTube members: Greenridge Gaming, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, Broken Chef, Ariana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, James Tillman, Disco, and John Castle. Lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see on the channel. Once again, everyone, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.